Benedict! Hi, everybody! That was me announcing myself on stage because Richard was slow. We're going to get him out here in a second, but first we're going to play a song that we feel like, well, it's a Texas band, and that you might know it, and it's about two very well-dressed men. Not me and Rich. All right, let's do it. Now you understand why our intro is so messed up. That's what I'm dealing with.
Nice one, Robbie.
Nice one, Richie.
You still got it, kid.
You still got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all of you, thank you. Welcome to this. I'm kind of struck by something because as many people, how many of you are experiencing your first supernatural convention? Anybody? Quite a few of you, okay. Well, you may or may not know this, but Rob and I are banned on Fridays. I was here all day, Rob. I wasn't allowed in this room.
Yeah, we're not allowed in the room.
Yeah, on Fridays.
We're banned on Fridays. I don't even come, but they took me away.
No, because they made you wear a band that says banned on Fridays on the band.
Yeah. And what's weird is that the band is the band on Friday.
Right, and you said, I'm in the band. I'm like, you're in the band, but your band says you're banned on Fridays, so you can't be with the band. You're banned with the band.
Yeah, because of the band.
Yeah. So I haven't been in this room yet, and what I'm realizing is, this is one of the bigger conventions we've done in a while. Austin, you guys have shown up in droves. This is so fun. It's been a great weekend. Karaoke, I hear, was chaos. I know yesterday was packed. The panels were laugh riots, stem to stern. What I'm realizing is, I'm not sure Jared can take the stage. wagon wheel is going to be like a yarmulke for him. It's just going to sit atop his head.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's definitely a paddle like a yarmulke.
we have a...
By the way, have you heard my new band, Paddle like a yarmulke?
It's gonna be challenging from a safety standpoint. I worry about safety. You know what I mean? You know my motto, Rob, safety first.
Safety first, that's it. You're all about that.
I'm Mr. Safety.
It's funny because I didn't know what this, I looked over that circle over there and I thought they were doing some kind of 3D imaging or something. I don't know, it's like...
Oh, maybe, well, this is a teleport. Maybe
Maybe
that's
it's
not
in the middle of a Saturday Night Special.
It's something to the old vaudeville hook.
Yeah.
Suck you up, drop you in a different dimension.
Yeah, if you don't do it well.
And I mean, this is one of those narrow, long rooms. And if you get, I don't know how many letters in the alphabet this goes back and forth. If you're past M, you're actually not at the convention. You can turn around and face that way. You're at the plumbers convention in the other room. You have a great seat for them. It's gonna look like you're seeing Jared Jensen the action figures when you see them thrown across the stage. But you're close. You're very close. And Rob always gets up in there. Rob runs up and down the...
Yeah, Saturday Night Special, I've been known to get out in there.
Yeah.
Dance with people that are dancing.
I'm just hoping you've been doing your cardio because you're going to get halfway down there. You know, I need a moment.
Yeah, totally.
Band will have to bang.
I need a moment just looking at it.
I know. This is so fun. What an action-packed weekend. If you've never been to a Supernatural convention, well, then you're in for a real treat. And this is the weekend. This is the weekend that you will make decisions you regret later when you get the bill. But shush about that now. Let's all enjoy the freedom to buy vinyl posters of people your friends don't know together in this one. This is a safe place to get photo ops in that bridal veil that you brought with you for your Jared and Jensen photo op where you role play that you're marrying them both. That's what this is for. That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? How many of you were here yesterday? F is for Friday. F is also for fiscally irresponsible. You are my favorite people because you don't give two shits. You're like, I'm skipping school, I'm calling in sick to work. And the good thing is with social media, everybody will already know that you've done both of those things. So you're busted and probably fired. But it doesn't matter, because you're gonna have this experience under your belt. Now, how many of you are Saturday people just showing up today? Saturday folks just showing up today, where are you?
Way the back.
Way the back.
And how many of you are Sunday people who are just showing up tomorrow?
That's weird.
Awfully quiet.
Nobody raised their hand. That's really bizarre.
It's gonna be a weird Sunday. How many of you are going to be in this room tonight for Saturday Night Special? If you're not planning on doing that, change your plans. Be in this room. The Loud Speight got 2 shows this in the next 48 hours. Here, and then in some badass bar opening up for Jensen Ackles and Steve Carlson. I think the band's called the Carlson Experience featuring Jensen Ackles. And these guys are opening up to them, but they're doing a whole other show here for us tonight. You get to see full, unfettered Loud and Swain. And by the way, you're thinking, hey, am I caught up in my Loud and Swain music? Well, if you're not, Stephen Norton has a rainbow of CD selections out there at the merch table, ready for you to get. You get your Loud and Swain shirts, glow sticks, kazoos, CDs. Get ready for tonight, because tonight's going to be a party. Everything leading up to tonight is going to be a shit show, but tonight is going to be a party.
But a good shit show.
Oh, it's a good shit show. You're like, how was the show? It was a shit show. But man, that shit's down.
That's good shit.
That's good shit. I mean, some flexible shit, some shit told some great jokes. Nobody knows how to roll a turd in glitter like us here at the Supernatural. We've been doing it for 10 years. We got it down pat. We know what we're doing. Don't believe me? Stick around for the first panel. What a turd. Ladies and gentlemen, our panel may be a turd, but our band is not. Let's say good morning to the fellas making all the music this weekend. This is Loud and Swain over here to my left. Steven Norton on the drums. On the bass guitar, fresh from space, I see by his NASA shirt. You can only get that if you've been to space. It's Robot Michael Borja. That's right, Mike. On the guitar, he doesn't have his earphones in because he actually doesn't give a shit. Ladies and gentlemen, all hail Satan, Billy Rand! And fronting this ensemble, you either know him as God on TV or a man who'll do anything to his own anus. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Benedict! Leave the stage.
Well, judging how my time has been spent in Austin for the first 2 days, it was very likely that I was going to rip some skin off my body there, but I did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did it.
I only declawed with one hand.
Your body looks great.
Thank you, fellas.
But, okay, so walk me through. So Richard told me that you slammed you got your
Do people know that Matt got injured? Are you guys aware? Oh, they know.
But when Richard told me the story, he was like, yeah, we were headed to dinner, and then it was like, no more dinner, Matt, gotta get you to the hospital. Like, wow, so you took Matt to the hospital? He was like, no, we enjoyed our dinner, but Matt went. Yeah. So Rich bailed on you, and he went and had a
I called the Uber.
It's quite a story. It's quite a story because at the very end of it, I realized that nobody knew what the hell happened at all because I met up with them as I got back from the doctor, and we sat at a table in the lobby of the hotel, and they gave me a big bag of food, and I'm sitting there, and I can feel Rich, right? He's tentatively looking at me, and he's just like...
I have a hard time making eye contact with Matt because he's beautiful.
Yeah. But typically he doesn't have a hard time opening his mouth and letting words fall out. It's just the eye contact. Right. At this moment in time, I felt that he was tentative about saying something, and finally he did. He said something, and he goes, "How did you slam your hand in your own door?" That's what he says. I'm here with a degloved finger full of stitches and surgical glue, and he says, "I did this to myself."
It seemed self-inflicted.
The gall.
It seemed like a cry for help.
You just had this wonderful steak dinner. This poor guy's at the hospital by himself while you're eating your mashed potatoes.
No, there was a doctor there.
Who was a University of Florida fan, so he hated me as a Seminole.
Oh.
I threw his syringe across the room. It landed in the check-in desk.
That's never safe.
It wasn't good. So we're sitting at the table. This is kind of the end of the story, but we're going to start here. Okay. And Adam Rose is sitting there just enjoying his free dessert that he got from the super van at Terry Black's. It was something with bananas.
Yeah. Oh, man, I tell you, that fan loved her some Adam Rose. She gave us free banana pudding.
And while Adam Rose is sitting there absolutely clueless, he's just got his face deep in this banana
pudding.
Clueless?
He was with us when you got injured.
I know, but he was still clueless the whole time. And Rich goes, "How did you slam your own hand in your own door with your own finger and all this shit?" And I go, Adam Rose slammed my hand in his door. I, however, after that, shut my door also on my hand. So it was 2 doors on my hand.
Wait,
Hold on.
I didn't know that.
This is what happened.
What kind of car
I got out of the Uber.
has 2 doors?
I'm in
That you have to get out. Yeah. Did it have a screen door and then a regular? Are you sure you weren't in a house? Are you sure you weren't leaving a house?
I open the door, I get out, and for whatever reason, I step out like this, and I grab the door with this hand, and with the intent to go like this and shut it behind me. But as I do that, I have my hand on the post in between the front door and the back door.
Right.
The doors are open. So I open the door, put my hand on the post, my hand's here. I go to swing the door closed behind me, all very quickly. And as I swing the door closed, I realize my hand doesn't move because it's already stuck in a fucking door.
Okay.
And then it's too late because it all happens so fast.
Right.
So my fingers in a door squished like down to a 1/4 inch thick.
That's Adam Rose's door? That's the
That's Adam Rose's door. And then it's now too late because I've already released my hand from the door and realized, uh-oh, and my door goes, wham. And now my finger is stuck in a gap about a 1/4 inch big in between the back door and the front door.
Oh, so there's no real, like, there's no space between.
No, there was a space, just wasn't big enough for a finger. And so in this moment, the Uber driver inches forward. And I go, ah!
You pull it out. You're pulling it on out. Don't, you can't pull it out.
Rob doesn't do well with blood, even if he's not seeing it.
Oh.
We've lost Robbie, guys.
So then I just kind of freak out, and I'm standing there like, ooh. Jason Mans is literally inside ordering. He didn't know what was happening.
No, man, he was in there slicing brisket with his
And,
staff.
and Jason tells me yesterday, he walks over to Rich and he's like, hey, what's going on? We're going inside to eat. And Rich is like, I don't know, Matt got hurt. Or something like that.
Well, you're, I'll say this, I've known Matt
The
for
lack of empathy.
Oh, he
15
was
years.
eating smoked turkey while I was bleeding out.
I did not know that Matt had gotten injured. I did not see the store thing. I got out on the other side. But what was crazy is I knew Matt was, I've known Matt a long time, and Matt has ice baths and works out and was a boxer and had fought his way through high school. When Matt was silently over there going, I'm like, he's in pain. Like, when I finally...
You went like this. He's in pain. Yeah, I'll have the,
Can I get a side of coleslaw?
How your stuffed olives?
What I said, I go, he's in pain. He is not going to be able to eat here. No, it's for here, sorry. We're eating here.
It's a table for
He
3, not
can't eat
4.
here.
Yeah, it turns out it's gonna be 3 of us.
Dude,
Okay.
I can tell you were in serious pain because you
It
were
was
over.
bad.
You
I was
were
trying to-
So,
silent.
buddy, did you get stitches? What?
I got like 8 stitches, and then they couldn't stitch the top, so they glued like a strip of skin, which I'm sure is gonna look real cool when it heals.
He's not kidding about knocking the needles, Robbie. He's not kidding. You got to tell the story about knocking the needles.
That's
Knocking
good.
needles. What does it mean, knocking needles?
So, listen,
Sounds dirty.
Whatever you do, don't Google knocking needles. We're not going to get this story popping up. You know what I mean?
the government will be watching your Google search from now on.
And don't Google, is it bad to pull it out? That's going to get into every sort of...
So I'll tell this story as fast as I can in hopes to answer your questions.
When you pull it out, you're back.
So I'm standing there, Jason Mans goes full dad instinct. I'm covered in blood. People are starting to kind of like turn and look at us. Rich steps up, he goes, I'm gonna get on this, and he schedules the whole event out immediately. I'm gonna get you an Uber, I'm gonna get you over to this urgent care. Nope, hey, 2 hours too long. He schedules another one, gives me another appointment.
Okay, good.
Everybody's
Good.
jumping into action.
You fucking went to
clocked
work.
in, I clocked in.
Good.
So Jason Mans comes out, and now this hand is just like Carrie's face, covered in blood, because I'm squeezing it, and it's like, it's like
Who's Carrie?
Carrie the movie, the Stephen King
Oh,
movie.
Carrie.
Carrie.
Sorry,
I
sorry.
had a reference for the...
Sorry. Gotcha. I'm with you. Carrie's face. Go.
And so now we huddle into a corner because we're 10 feet away from like 75 people eating at Terry Black's. And they're all looking at me going like this. And there's blood all over my hand and 4 big dudes just standing around me like, I don't know what to do.
The dudes are back there cutting the meat. They're like, hurt yourself.
No, those guys thought we did something bad. The chefs started working their way out the smoker, and the chefs at Terry Black's are like Jason Mans with tattoos and way scared. They're all like, y'all all right? Like we did, you know, because my whole fist.
You need to take this off our property.
It literally looked like I homelandered somebody's heart.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, now you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Rich gets me in an Uber, another Uber. That Uber leaves because he's like, fuck, if I got his finger in the door, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with it. So another Uber comes. I get in that Uber. We go to the thing. It closes at 8. It's like 7:51. I pull up to the urgent care, and literally I see somebody like mopping, lights off.
Oh, no.
You see the doctor, he's just washed his hands. He's like, yeah, my dinner reservation's at what time?
Oh, jeez.
And I walk up and I'm like, hi, hey, I'm not sure, I think I need some stitches. And he's literally like, beep, beep. Come on.
Oh, no.
No joke. Didn't want to deal with you.
Jesus.
I get inside, the lady's like, can you fill out this, here's the clipboard, come back when you're done. I'm like, good. I'm like about to pass out.
Dude, I'm about to pass out right now.
I'm like, do you have a digital version, or is there something I can...
Are you okay if I sign in my own blood?
She goes, just use your left. I couldn't make it up. I couldn't write it in a script. It wouldn't be believable.
Wow.
She goes, just use your left. And I'm like, at this point, about to be like, you know what? So I take the pen and I dribble down the paper. I fill it out. The guy brings me in the back. He goes, oh yeah. He comes in and he's like at the computer, and you hear him. The doctors, 2 people in urgent care. The nurse that's like 18 years old, never seen a flesh wound before, and then the 55-year-old University of Gainesville Gator, who I'm gonna find out later hates me. So you literally hear him like this on the thing, and he goes, oh, God. There's nobody near him. He's just frustrated that I'm in the office, and he's like typing on a computer 10 feet away from me with the door open in the room. And he's like, and you hear him just sighing and breathing, but like so I can hear it on purpose. Like he's like, oh, another answer's good.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay. He comes in, I'm like, hey, doc, and like, I sense that he thought I was some drunk Joe Jock got in a fight on 6th Street, and now I'm here, and that's what I look like. I get it. And so he comes in and he looks at it. I'm like, look, man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna need stitches. And at this point, I'm shaking, and I peel the thing off, and he's like, yeah, I think we're gonna be good. And then he like looks close and he bends my finger, and it opens up like a car hood.
Good night, Robbie's leaving, everybody. Good night, Robbie.
Everybody.
It flips forward like a Corvette, fiberglass Corvette.
And what's under the hood, Matt?
What's under the hood is blood and guts, man. And then he goes, whoa, yeah, you're gonna need some sutures. And I'm like, yeah, great, let's get it done, because Terry Black's could still be warm by the time I get there. And so the nurse comes in and she's got a big thing of pink solution. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna clean this up. She touches my finger. I'm like, no! It's the worst pain until the next worst pain that I've ever had in my life. She walks out. She's like,
was she able to clean it or no?
No, she wasn't able to clean it. So the doctor comes in and he goes, so apparently I gotta numb you before she cleans it. And I'm like, sorry? Hurts a lot. Comes back with a syringe. He goes, you know how this goes, right? I go, yeah, man. I've had Achilles rupture, everything's been broken, cut, repaired on my body. No big deal. Do it. Let's go. No problem. He proceeds to go like this with the needle. I'm sitting on the thing. It's important. I'm sitting up here. Doctor's like this on his doctor chair. I lay my arm, and I just kind of turn away. I'm like, yeah, okay, just here, do it. I see him as he's inching into the thing, and then when he gets about 3 inches from my finger, his other hand enters the frame, and he grabs the hood of my finger, opens it up, and then shoves the needle into the bone, like into the...
What?
And I go, and I, out of reaction, because typically when this has been done to me before, when I had reconstruction on my ankle, there was 3 gentlemen the size of Jason Mann's holding me down so they could numb me. There's nobody holding my arm, and I'm like, I can just deal with this shot in the finger with all that prick. He sticks the needle in, and I go, no! And the needle goes into the waiting room. The whole silver tray, it's got a big bucket of like pink cleanser on it for my hand, all over the table. And now we'll turn it around, right? Here's the thing, here's the doctor. Doctor's sitting there, there's my face up here. He goes, deep inhale, eyes closed, as if he was an actor going for the moment. Eyes closed, looks up and goes, "You have to deal with it."
Have to deal with it, Robert.
Word verbatim.
Word for word, Bobo.
Now at this point, I'm about to vomit. I'm completely paled out. I'm clammy. I'm sweaty. I go, okay. I'm sorry.
For a little side note, Clammy and Sweaty are Robin our gamer names.
And our DJ names.
What?
So I go,
DJ
okay.
Clammy.
I
Okay,
go,
so
I go, okay.
Man, you should have gone to the
I
hospital.
put my arm down. I go, okay, just give me a second. And I go like this. Now I'm showing Robbie. Most of you've already seen, so I'm gonna turn the bed this way. I put my arm down, I go like this.
Matt holding Matt down.
What?
Yeah. With my knee in my other hand.
Yep.
And so now my thing's like this. So
Ow. Does that hurt right now?
it kills me.
Don't do it.
And he goes,
You're turning your finger blue.
he goes, it's actually thread from the blue cardigan from the man who's trying to take my finger off. He then proceeds to inject me 8 times.
8 times, Robert.
8 times?
In a cut that was 1 inch long.
Why 8 times?
I don't know, but then I couldn't feel anything. And in that moment of relief, I look up and he's got a Miami Dolphins pin.
Okay.
Like a...
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
yeah,
Right,
right.
we're on.
And
Florida,
so,
Florida.
what have I learned from Rich and Rob? If anything, make a joke, win a guy over, get
Yeah.
Make a joke. When I got over.
I go, you son of a bitch.
Good opening, good opening. I like where you're going here. Strong
Son of a
opening.
bitch.
Because now, keep in mind, I can tell what type of Southern dude this was. It had some Florida connection. This is kind of my place of being. I understand
Yeah,
this type
speaks
of
your
folks.
language.
And he goes, yeah, that's right. I was like, you from Florida? He's like, University of Florida, Gainesville. And I go, that's when I said something. I go, you son of a bitch. You know somehow I went to FSU and I'm a Florida State Seminole. That's why those shots hurt so much. He started cracking up.
He laughed?
He laughed.
Okay, good.
He did. And we became literally fast friends.
I didn't
Okay,
think that
okay.
story was going that
Okay,
direction.
okay.
Then he sutures me up in this whole thing. He's making all these Florida jokes and all this stuff.
All right.
Bring on the jokes.
Yeah, and then, so flash forward again to the end of the story where I get my barbecue. I'm back at the hotel, and Adam Rose has no effing idea that he tried to assassinate me by finger.
I'm going to tell you right now, I did not realize until you're telling the story now that Adam Rose closed your finger in the door.
I knew that, and I wasn't even there.
I know. I'm not sure Adam even knows now.
So when you sat down with these guys, these fat cats, full bellies,
Full
dinner,
bellies, couldn't even talk.
they were like, man, what happened? They weren't.
But look at the football. Let's talk about the food we brought up. Like a king we treated.
Okay, they got you a good bag.
I mean, it was really good.
Yeah.
Like when I think about bags,
and you said you didn't take pain meds.
no, they were
That's
like,
why you get hurt, is to get those good meds.
I know. I was in a moment and I was like, I don't need them. And now I regret that.
Said Rich and Rob never.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I literally.
I don't know, doc, what's going to give me most high.
Do you have the cannabis ones? Do you have the cannabis painkiller? So I had to tie my arm to the
I
top.
saw
Yeah,
that.
we saw
You
that.
broke the internet with that.
Right, I was really trying to go for some clickbait.
I didn't know anything,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, Matt's involved in some weird sexual kinky shit.
And apparently that bed frame is selling like hotcakes. So. I want the one where you can hang your hot finger.
So here we are.
Here we are. Wow, what a story.
Man.
What a
And I'm
story.
happy to see you guys, and I'm happy that I'm 9 3/4 digits strong. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time, I mean, Beat the Rush, usually, I'd like to think it's usually Rob who goes to the hospital first.
Yeah.
Not this time, Robbie.
Yeah.
Blue ribbon, the blue finger goes to...
That's
And there was talk before kind of Rich said, no, you need to go to the hospital. We were like, he like called the hospital and they were like, yeah, it's 2 hours. I was like, we should eat first.
No, just so you know, there was not talk. You said some dumb shit. There was not talk. And like, as he's pouring blood and like,
I was like, can we clean this?
he was in so much pain and he's holding it and I'm like, okay, I'm not even talking to you. I'm over here like, oh, that was an hour wait. And you're like, yeah, let's grab a bite first. I'm like, yeah, that'll be great for everybody around us. Like, don't mind us. We're just gonna bleed all over the table.
I didn't know what to
Point
do.
your bloody finger what you want, Matt.
well, you were hungry too, right?
Can I get some barbecue sauce? Oh, sorry.
And the whole thing, one of the things we were worried about, though, obviously we're worried about Matt's health. Obviously. But also, Adam Rose wore white pants. He was inviting disaster from the moment we left those.
Did you get blood on his pants at least?
I tried.
When we got down to the lobby, and Adam Rose comes down in white pants, and I literally go, how do you say, I don't know how to eat fucking barbecue without saying, I don't know how to eat fucking barbecue? Show up in tight-ass white pants. I mean,
Is that when you get a Yankee down in Texas?
yeah, he's like, I'd like to get some of this BBQ. And I'm like, so he wore the white pants. I'm like, this is gonna go badly for you, dude.
Yeah.
At one point, this is a miracle. Adam Rose was a blessed man that night because we had injured Matt flinging his hand around, like,
Yeah.
like ripping it out, grabbing it.
I had blood, shirt, and jeans.
He was going to get, Jason's getting him ice and rags, and so we a lot of blood. Adam Rose, unscathed. We go into a barbecue restaurant, 3 different kinds of barbecue, spraying all over this stuff. Adam Rose, unscathed. We had wine with our barbecue. Red wine.
Surely.
Nothing. Nothing on Adam Rose.
Well, you know who Adam Rose is not?
You.
Rob Benedict.
Yeah, I know. Rob can wear that outfit to a barbecue restaurant and get white pants, get barbecue sauce on white pants he left at home.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
No,
You go home from the car like, it's all covered.
I wear white shirts all the time, and they're all stained.
Oh my God.
They're all
I've
stained.
seen what you've done to white shirts.
You've commented out in public.
Well, I just said tie-dye everything. That way you just beat the rush.
I'm trying with chocolate and red wine.
Yeah, go with a red wine. There's some burgundy color. Anyway.
Wow. Well, it just goes to show you don't finger your Uber, right? There's something along those lines. Right?
Yes.
Give me fingers to yourself.
That's the last time I'm doing that with Adam Rose, for sure.
Rob Benedict said it, everybody, don't finger your Uber. You know who's thrilled to hear that? The good people of Uber.
Well, let's take a question, shall we?
Let's do it. Sure, why not? Starting over hither.
Okay, hither.
All right. Yeah.
Hi. I asked Matt this yesterday, but so he can answer again. But if you could possess
A loaf of bread. Is that one of those questions?
It's pretty a good question.
Oh, okay.
if you could possess anyone for 24 hours and completely ruin their lives, who would it be and what would you do?
I possess Rob Benedict.
Right? He couldn't say it like I was about to say it for you.
No. I possess Rob Benedict, and I would, oh Lord, what would I do? I would send threatening emails to high-ranking officials so that the Secret Service shows up at your door. I would do what Rob wants to do anyway and hit on my wife violently so that JC the machete loses respect for him and probably has to mace him. I would, oh gosh, what wouldn't I do? I mean, the list goes on.
The thing is, you've done most of these things without even possessing
I'm
them.
sorry, I should have said again.
Again, yeah.
I'll really do it again. I would shave my beard down to a Hitler mustache. For Rob, I would do it for Rob. I think it's offensive. But,
The headline will be like, Rob Benedict shaves you a Hitler mustache. Like, I never said that.
fellas?
I think I'd possess Jensen Ackles. Not to ruin his life, just to see what that would be like for a day. You know what I mean? As one of the most perfect man living.
Have you seen my ear canals?
Sorry, yeah, it's like, hi, I'm the most perfect man living. What are we doing?
The difference is, you wouldn't have to ask what are we doing, because you're like, I know what we're doing.
I know what we're doing.
Sit there.
I think I'm pulling muscle in my ass.
Well, that happened, guys. We've been trying
He was fine with the finger injury, but we lost him with some kind of rectal tear.
What were you doing? I was imitating Jensen Ackles,
And the funny thing is, the doctor like, oh yeah, we get that a lot.
it's hard to be Jensen.
We get the ankles tear. People do this. Yeah. Damn it.
We're gonna.
You get to the hospital like, what happened to you, son? I was trying to walk like my handsome friend. That's how he runs. It's not really his walk. You can tell by the speed.
Yeah, so I wouldn't ruin his life. I'd just like walk in those shoes for a day. Man,
Yeah, that'd be
that'd
dope.
be fun.
Dude, I tell you what, your Jensen would not approve of my Rob's Hitler mustache. He would say to you, "What are you doing?" It's true. What do you think you're doing?
It's true. And I'd probably slap you in the face.
Probably. I deserve it.
I'm Jensen. I'm not me.
I get it. And I'm Rob. I'm not me. Matthew?
What did I say yesterday?
I think he said Adam Rose.
They spilled wine all over those pants and blood. Right?
I would possess Adam Rose and put his fingers in all of the doors. Every door that I see. I would just walk up to it and go, look.
Wham! Oh, wouldn't that hurt you? That would hurt you.
You would be Adam Rose.
You'd be feeling that pain.
Do I get to go back to Matt at some point?
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, screw his 10 digits then. He doesn't need over.
Thanks for the question. It's a good question.
Over here.
Hi there.
Hi, so we've heard Matt's embarrassing injury stories. Do Rich and Rob have any embarrassing injury stories?
I bet Rob does.
Yeah, good. Yeah, lots. I gotta choose one.
There's so many you've told me. I don't want to spoil anything, but
What ones have I done? Oh, what?
the running in the hotel, and then this one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's the running in the hotel?
I don't know if he wants to tell it. I'm just giving him
I don't remember that one.
little taglines.
What was it?
The running in the hotel when you got this.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't in the hotel. It was at my house.
Oh, was that your house?
Yeah.
Makes it better.
Yeah, I had this thing at the house. Just, I just took a weird combination of things.
Like you had a heavy dinner and so too much water?
Yeah, something like that. And wine, beer, shots, Vicodin, weed. And
Was this when you were in Green Day? Like, what was that?
yeah. It was just a weird sort of like, I had a little party, different people offered me things, I was like, sure, I'll try that. Okay, I'll smoke that.
This is your college days, I assume?
No, sir. I had 2 children at the time, and it was the beginning of the end of my marriage. But the thing is, I thought I was going to pass out, and so I did what every smart person does when he thinks he's going to pass out. I ran. Because I thought if I get away from people, no one will know I just passed out. And so I was trying to run back to my bedroom. Next thing I know, I am covered in blood. I cracked my head open. I basically passed out and hit the floor. And I've had a lot of embarrassing things happen to me, but it's up there with one of the worst. But yeah, covered in blood, split my head open, and I had to go to the hospital. And they're like, has he had anything to drink? And they're like, yeah, my wife at the time was like, yeah, he has. They're like, we got a drinker! And they put me in a wheelchair, and yeah, it was the weirdest thing. They announced the whole hospital that I was drinking.
Really?
Yeah. And then, I had to have like a special surgeon do this thing. I still have a scar above my eye. So that was
A plastic surgeon, right? You came in.
plastic surgeon came in and did it up. And it was trauma for everybody who saw, which is everyone in my life saw that happen. So that happened. And there was a time I passed out at the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
For no reason, I was standing up with my buddy. I was a groomsman, and I just got real hot. And I was like, I looked out. There were like 200 people. And in the program, it said what I did. It said he's an actor. He's been in this and that and this and that. This was like 20 years ago. And my mind was like, you're gonna pass out. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't hungover. Nothing. I just was like, I convinced myself I was gonna pass out. Next thing I know, the groom, the priest, and my buddy who's a doctor are all standing over me. In the middle of the ceremony, I have passed out. Now that is the most embarrassing thing, because then my wife at the time made me get up and walk the bridesmaid down the aisle at the end, and so that was like, hi. I'm like, I just.
What did Molly say? Do you remember you said she was like, you're good. Yeah.
She said, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just embarrassed, but I'm okay. It's like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get up there and you're gonna walk the bridesmaid down the aisle. It's like, oh geez, okay. And then later that night I was hiding in the bathroom and I heard someone say, yeah, I heard you had an iron deficiency. Like,
that's good.
people were talking
I mean,
about
that's a good guess.
It's always nice to be talked about.
Yeah.
They say not to stand with locked knees for a long time.
Yeah.
So
That's
never
cute,
like
yeah.
this, always like this.
So
Yeah.
Jensen never passes out.
That's right.
That's what it is.
I think it goes maybe.
Good blood flow.
That's what it is.
Cool as a cucumber. That might be his thing, his secret.
I don't know why they call me Wishbone. What to do. I have a funny injury story one time. Was at Comic-Con with Robert. And this is years ago. We weren't hosting Comic-Con at the time. We were hosting something else, so some running around footage stuff. And we had gone to an after party, and we'd had some punch and cookies. And I think Rob had a little more punch and a few more cookies than I had. And at some point, somebody took a photo of a bunch of friends of Rob's, and who were very famous, the famous friends. And they were lining up the shot, and the photographer looked at Rob and goes, kicked Rob out of the photo. Well, that went over like a Led Zeppelin. Rob went on an emotional downfall, the likes of which I'd never seen before. He literally, he was like, he came over like, I'm none the wiser. I'm sitting there like, oh, they're taking a picture of your buddy. He's like, they kicked me out, Rich. They kicked me out. I'm like, yeah, I think it was probably too tight a frame. I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, no, they're not famous. I'm not famous. I got kicked out. Bullshit, Rich. My life's in the toilet. I'm like, all right, calm down. Just, just give you some fresh air. I'm like, no, I'm going to go to the bathroom. 20, 30 minutes later, he hasn't returned. And I'm like, oh, I go look in the bathroom. There's no Rob in the bathroom. I'm like, that mofo skittered out of here. So I went down to the front, the bouncer. I'm looking around. He's like, what are you looking for? I'm like, oh, buddy of mine, like, little guy, bum to life, thinks he got short end of the stick. I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. He's like, yeah, he wandered off. Pretty dejected, too. Not a good night for that one. Call him up, I'm like, you answer the phone. Fucked up, Rich. I'm like, what? What the fuck up? You left the party. What are you like? Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know where I am, Rich. I wandered off. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I am. And I'm like, all right, okay, we're gonna get you back here. We're gonna get you back here, and we're gonna go to the hotel. We're gonna cap this bottle. We're gonna put a tourniquet on this whole thing and end this night. We're done. He's like, all right, what do I do? How do I get there? I don't know where I am. I'm like, you're gonna call a cab. How do I call a cab, Rich? I'm like, you're gonna raise your arm up, and when a cab goes by, you're just gonna see a cab. This is pre-Ubering, and you're gonna see a cab. You're gonna do that. You're gonna raise your arm. Raise my arm up. The cab coming. Which arm? It doesn't matter, Rob. Just raise your arm. Come on, Rich. It's up. They're slowing down. They're pulling over, Rich. Shit's going sideways. He's like, no, that's what they do. That's how you get in the cab. Oh my God. Okay. Do I get in the front? Do I get in the back? Am I driving? No, just get in the back of the cab. He gets in the back of the cab. Now what? I said, you're going to give him this address. I read the address. You're going to this place, this bar, in this part of San Diego. He reads it off. You're going to this place, this bar, this part of San Diego. He's driving, Rich. Car's moving. I'm like, great. You're on your way here. I go out. I wait. Car arrives. Rob gets out. He pays, hands the guy a credit card, and while the guy's paying, I'm like, see, I got you back. I'm back, Rich. I don't know where I was, but I'm back. But I know. And we're going to go home. We're going to just go back to the hotel. We're going to walk it off. We're going to walk back to the hotel. And I just think, as the guy's giving his card back to Rob, I go, out of curiosity, where the hell did you pick this guy up? And he told me where he picked Rob up, which was right in front of our hotel. Rob had walked back to the hotel. He was right where he should have been. Yeah. Panicked that he was lost. Yeah. Called me, took a cab back to where I was, so we could then walk back to the hotel.
Yeah. That happened. I'm gonna write a book someday. All my injuries.
Yeah.
That was just my emotional injury. That was a good story, Reg. Sure. It was one of the best times you told it.
Go ahead, it was a good story.
Thank you for your question.
Hi, that was a very funny story. I love you guys all so much. Rob, I loved you and the boys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is for you, Rob. I love all the entrance theme songs when everybody comes out. How did that idea come about? Because I love all of them.
Well, early, now it's been about 11 or 12 years that they asked Richard to host these weekends, and he was like, well, I'll do it if I can have Rob and his band on stage with me, and we'll do kind of it's the Tonight Show. And so that was the initial concept for how these days were going to go. And actually, the first time we did it, the band stayed there for every guest, and that just became too much.
That didn't work.
It was too much for me personally, with everything else going on. So anyway, but we kept that format, which is like, you know, Rich announcing who's next, and then the band playing them on, just like it was the Tonight Show. And so we started doing that, and we try to play songs that somehow relate to the person or the character they played, or their name. You know, if it's Felicia Day, we'll play "It's a Beautiful Day," you know, by U2. It's like something like that. We'll
Mr. Crowley for Shepherd.
Yeah, of course, Crowley for Shepherd, and you know, she's a black magic woman for Ruth Connell. Anyway, so yeah, that's what it's spawned from.
It's kind of fun, like when sometimes I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I never know what they're gonna do at the entrance, and they usually pick a song from this town they're in or whatever band that's from the area. But sometimes it's sort of a race to the most clever answer when it comes to who's gonna get what song. You know.
Adam Rose is every rose has its thorn, but it's the hard part is when it's multiple people. Then it's like what you know. So yeah, you know, there's
Well, you'll see after this panel because we have the four ladies.
the ladies, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's really fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys might have to start doing mashups for like
Ooh.
4 people guests.
Oh, that's
Where it's
good.
like 2 songs put together. And
Yeah.
3 songs, like
Yeah.
a verse that hooks, connects,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like Pitch Perfect, how they kind of.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yes, I do.
one of these you get some acapella going.
Some acapella, maybe?
Wouldn't kill you
Or
for
hot
some
dog.
horns. You know what I mean? Maybe a horn section.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Point section, yeah.
There was a time when the band was on stage the whole time that we did have a lot of fun, like freestyling songs.
We freestyle.
We come up with like,
Sebastian Roche, we go for hours, just him ripping on.
yeah.
Yeah, he never answered a question.
He
He
never
was
answered a
running
question.
around yelling the words, "I'm too sexy."
I'm too
by
sexy,
Roxy
yeah.
Fred.
And you've never seen a deeper V t-shirt in your life.
It's not. He first of all, he shops at the Baby Gap. Secondly, they're too tight, and it's not. At that point, it's not a V. It's a shirt that's been cut in half and then sewed back with one piece of thread right here. Just so you can go, "Oh no, man, it's a shirt. It's a full shirt. It connects right here. It's an actual shirt." No, it is, you know.
No, it is, you know.
Can you do Sebastian for the rest of the time?
I do a good Sebastian.
We found out that Sebastian is actually in Austin working on something.
Yeah, he's shooting.
So we're trying to get him.
You see a Sebastian type fellow walking around.
It might be
Probably.
Sebastian.
Yeah, it's actually Sebastian. All right, let's just take a question.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm really excited to listen to Central Intelligence.
Oh, excellent.
And I was wondering if you could record that from home or did you go into the studio?
Into a studio, yeah.
What is she talking about?
I did this. How do you describe what it is? It's a
Narcotic.
audible.
I'm trying to help you.
It's an audible series.
Oh.
Right. So I play a character in this series, and it's an audible. Series.
Where can we watch this?
You can listen to it. And so it's an audible series, and it's really great. It's taken from this book, a real life story about this CIA agent that worked from like the Cold War through 9/11.
That's cool.
So like she has all these amazing stories, and so yeah, it was really fun. I went into a studio and did it, but I'm not with you. Like Ed Harris is in it, Kim Cattrall,
Oh, man.
but I didn't work with them. I worked with a reader reading their lines, and then I would just do my part. Then they edit together, all of us together. But yeah,
What's your
I have a
character?
scene with Ed Harris, but I wasn't really with him in the room. But I was in a studio, and it was great.
What's your character?
It was like another CIA agent that worked with her, like boots on the ground.
Real person?
Real person, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's actually one of the Roosevelts. It's Kermit Roosevelt is his name.
Boy.
And he's one of the, like the third.
Yeah, I was thinking Kermit's one of those names that kind of predates the 60s.
Yeah, he's like Kermit Roosevelt the third or something. It's like yeah, it was really, really fun. And it's what's great about doing an Audible series is like, it doesn't even matter what I look like, it's just what I sound like, you know, but
Yeah.
it was super fun to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And when does that come out?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
What's it called?
Central Intelligence.
There's
Hold
one-
on, he's gotta ask his publicist.
Yeah, I didn't have there was a release about it happening.
Oh, great.
But it hasn't come out yet.
Cool.
But soon, probably later this year.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'll let you know when it does come out.
All right.
Or we will let people know.
Yeah. Collectively, they will be told. All right, let's get another question.
Thank you, good to see you. I love there are people here from all over the world. though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people traveled in. A lot of people. Raise your hand if you're international travel for this one.
From outside the United States.
Good on you.
Amazing.
Get some Terry Black's barbecue. Don't get your finger in the Uber.
All right, young lady.
Hello. So I was curious if you guys had to switch children and wives with a castmate for a week, who would it be?
How old are you?
20.
Okay, then I can tell you this. You're a sick fuck. Right? I'm not like any of these men are my wife. Not one.
Hey.
Not a one.
So I'll answer Richards and
Machete. I mean, really,
I think
Rob just volunteered to help my wife.
Billy, who would you be if you could be anyone and be with their wife for 24 hours? Who would it be?
Yeah.
I'll be all of you.
Well, thank you, Billy. I
No,
appreciate it.
and Billy's also like, you mean again? I mean,
No, I don't want to know. And Mike. Do I get the answer?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Computers don't do, robots don't do this kind of thing.
Robots aren't, they don't cheat.
Okay, so just to recap, my answer is Richard. Matt?
Yeah, my answer is also Richard
Yeah.
because J.C. Speight is a pioneer woman, and this woman is the woman amongst women, and she creates one of the greatest margaritas I've ever had. So why would you make any other choice?
Right.
That's true. You know.
And now that I'm third in line, I'm also going to say my wife.
However, I will say, if she knows that it's me and not Richard, like, JC's not having any of it. Even if I was Richard, she would be having it.
Now, listen, the kids were included in that thing, and I love your boys.
We love your
So,
boys.
listen,
Love your boys.
it's not so much about your wife, it's about those cool ass kids.
Let's go with that narrative.
And if for some reason, because everyone's going to pick Richard, so he might be full, Matt, I'd be Matt for 24 hours.
Well, you already kind of
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
right?
You know, Rob Benedict cast Mandy Musgrave's beautiful wife in a show just so he could kiss her. In Kings of Con.
Not just so he can kiss her, my
He
character.
handpicked the role. In fact, we wrote the role. I'm like, there'll be no kissing in this role. And Rob's like, I think we should add kissing.
It's not true.
I think maybe we should go with role and add
This
kissing.
did not happen.
And I directed that scene. I'm not even in the scene. And it's the only scene Rob would rehearse. And we would sit there and rehearse it.
None of that is true.
Every other scene, he's like, fuck it, just roll, Rich. I don't need to rehearse.
The actors had to be, it had to be someone that my character normally wouldn't date because she's adorable.
I know, but it's really weird how you just had to
how
keep
you
running
chose
it and running it, and then I would do it like, we're great. You're like, one more for me, I want to try it.
Didn't happen.
And poor Mandy, her desperate cry for help on her
That is
face.
not true. That,
If you watch
see,
it,
that gets me, whatever.
Canceled?
Yeah. And like, Matt was right there the whole time.
And like, hold on a second.
And upset.
Like at some point when you guys were developing this scene together,
Yeah.
you thought, let's make this a cuckold. We'll put Matt.
That's
Right.
not how it happened. I'm gonna pass out again.
We'll put it.
That's not how it happened.
We'll put Rob's head here, and Matt's wife that he's passionately in love with's head here,
Right.
and we'll have Matt stand right here and watch him
In
rehearse.
the shot where I grab her and give her a kiss, and then he's right there, like
So close.
You're super hungry. Thank you for bringing up those memories. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. That's been Cohen. Thank you, everybody.